What is up? What is up, everybody? My name is JeffLightsyJr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on JeffLightsyJr. YouTube, Facebook, and wherever you catch your good podcast. Boy, oh boy, do we have a show here tonight. We have a good one. I'm not going to keep you all night, but I am going to open up the phone lines at some point. I'm just got to get some things off my chest. Then we'll open up the phone lines to you all. So thank you all for tuning in. We're going to give a few minutes to let some folks get into the room. So sit back, relax, buckle up your seatbelts, hit that thumbs up button as you come in, and we will be right back after the bumper. Stay tuned. What up, world? My name is Jeff Lightsy Jr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show. Come in as you come into the room. Yes, we are live if you're asking. And go ahead and put your name and where you're from. Put your name and what city you're from. Put your name and what city you're from. And if you want to, you can put in what school you represent, because today we are going to be talking about the replacements or the potential replacements. Who you want to see replace Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, at Jackson State. There's so many names that are going out there. As you've seen on my screen on the thumbnail, if you didn't see, the thumbnail had Cam Newton and LaDainian Tomlinson. We're going to be talking about them, but I got a whole list of names right here that I'm going to run out. We're going to put out the pros and the cons of each guy, right? Like, I'm going to show you the good of each guy. We're also going to talk about what's some of the bad of each guy. Put your name where you're from. Shout out to Aaron Sanders. I see you. James Harris, Grenada, Mississippi in the building. Aaron Harris, hell, I know. We ain't talking about that. But put your name where you're from. We'll give a few more minutes as the folks come into the room, because you guys have been awesome. What a time we had the other night. I'm going to say this again later, but what a time we had the other night. We was playing that Got My Whiskey, that Mel Waiters. We was playing that King George. And I meant to mention this. I posted a late video late last night, and I didn't really mention this, but boy, oh boy, we had a time the other night. We had some fun in here. And yeah, I got the copyright strike. I'm not worried about that. I knew that was coming. I had to show love to Jackson because Jackson showed a whole lot of love to me. Shout out to Anthony, Stella K, James Harris, Tony McNair. We got Mount Olive in the building, Tony McNair, Lloyd's from Dallas, Marquise from Port Gibson, Mississippi. Yeah, we've got Stella K. She want Mike Mincer. So yeah, put your name where you're from. Put your name where you're from, because we had a time, but we had a great old time. That was just dedication to the city of Jackson for all the hospitality, the JSU fans that showed so much support. That was so awesome. So I had to do that video. It was like a thank you video. I did put out some thank you tweets. I had to put out a thank you video because it was well worth it. And those songs, like I said, when that stadium got to jumping, it was a little different in there. So who else we got? Let's see. What up, Jackson's favorite first cousin? What's good, man? Yeah, man. It's I can be a cousin. I'll take that. Because we had a whole lot of fun. Gulfport in the building. What's going on? And so also, a couple of housekeeping kind of things, little things that I saw, little tidbits I saw on the Twitter sphere. I want to show this. I'm sure most of you guys saw this, but let's go ahead and talk about it really quick. Just pull it up really fast, and if I can find it. Ooh, hold on. Where's it at? Where you at? Okay, hold on. It has to do with Southern Heritage Classic. Southern Heritage Classic, they got a new team. You know, Coach Prime pulled out a Southern Heritage Classic, and they got a new team, and that new team is, thanks to Dr. King out of Cavill, shout out to Dr. Cavill, it's UAPB. UAPB will be replacing Jackson State in the Southern Heritage Classic. It says the Southern Heritage Classic welcomes University of Arkansas Pine Bluff Golden Lion football, marching musical machine of the Mid-South, and the M4 Golden Girls. September, Arkansas Pine Bluff versus Tennessee State on September 9th, 2023, and September 14th, 2024, and of course, Memphis, Tennessee. Now, however you feel about that, I'm curious to see how that'll do. I still want to attend the Southern Heritage Classic. I know it's not the classic Southern Heritage Classic with JSU versus TSU, but this is a game I still want to make it to. I don't know if I'll make it to this year. I'll have to see my schedule because I got some big announcements to come up probably later this week. But I still want to attend this game. I still hear great things. You guys know my family lives in Memphis. I hear really great things about this game. Y'all putting some LOLs. What's going on, little Jerry, man? The coach Prime team. We ain't talking. Let's see. LaDainian Thompson will have more passion. Interesting. Yeah, Imperial LOL at the Southern Heritage Classic. Hey, we got just some love to Southern Heritage Classic, man. It's still a staple in the city of Memphis. They still love that game. They still have a good old time with that. Okay, so what are we here for? Well, we're here today to talk about potential replacements for Deion Sanders at JSU. Let's see who we got in here. We got Pastor. Yeah, shout out to you, Mariah Smith. Shout out to you. Okay, so potential replacements for JSU. Now, this is something I knew that I wanted to hit. This is something I knew I wanted to talk about. This is something that is going to be a story until they name a head coach. Now, here's my thoughts on the thing. I think this is what I think they should do and what I think will happen. I don't think that Jackson State, what's going on, Veronica? I don't think that Jackson State should wait to hire a new coach. I think that if they have the work done, if they get the paperwork done, they get things signed, sealed, delivered, they need to go ahead and pull the trigger as soon as possible. The only problem with pulling the trigger as soon as possible is that you still have Deion Sanders lingering around. And so what I mean by that is that you don't want the new coach to be currently living in the old coach shadow because he's still in the building. He's still in the building. So that would be kind of interesting, to say the least. That would be a little interesting. I don't know if it'd be awkward. I don't know if it'd be weird, but it would be interesting to have Deion Sanders, who is now the head coach of Colorado, and the new coach, whoever that may be, both in the building while Deion is coaching. Coach Prime is coaching for the Celebration Bowl, where the new coach is recruiting the players on the current roster while also recruiting players for next year's team. It's a little interesting. Little interesting, something that I've never seen before. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I don't necessarily know if it's a good thing, but it's interesting. Because, like, for example, I'm sure Prime is still using his office, even though it's cleared out from what I've heard. I'm sure it's still using his office. They're still shooting interviews in there. So where would the new coach be doing work from, whether it's making Zoom calls, FaceTimes, or whatever, as he's recruiting new players? Just interesting. Not saying there's a bad answer. It's not a right or wrong answer. So that's why I don't think they will hire a new coach until after the Celebration Bowl. Now, here's the problem with that. It's a major problem with that. The Celebration Bowl isn't played until December 17th. Signing day, early signing day, is December 21st. So you telling me your new coach will have all of 4 days to either keep current commits, retain players on the roster, or go out and get new players 4 days before they're able to sign to said new school. That is a problem. That's a problem. That is why coaches, when they take new jobs, don't wait until after bowl games to coach, to go join their new team. They don't wait. What Deion Sanders is doing is abnormal. He is coaching his team in a bowl game, but he made a promise to Jackson, to the team, to the school, to the city. And so therefore he's fulfilling that promise as far as coaching that game. But what he does is not normal. What he's doing is not normal. And so, kudos to Prime, but that's not normal. Most coaches go on, move on, because you have such a limited time. I mean, today's already December 7th, and you have such a limited time before the early signing day. So that's why naming a head coach after the Celebration Bowl sucks. It really sucks. But, that's A.D. Robinson. That's the president of JSU. That's the JSU administration. That's their decision to make. It's not a decision I would make, but that's their decision. They decided they wanted Coach Prime. Coach Prime said he wants to coach the bowl game. They decided they wanted him to coach the bowl game. And so therefore, you almost can't name a coach until he's out the building. Let me see some of your things. We're supposed to find out On Thursday, who I coach. Okay, shout out to Jay. I like that. This, I would like this. Now she said supposed, meaning that's the rumor mill, but I would like for a coach to be named this week. I just told you why. Recruiting, the portal is hot, and you're going to have to hit the portal really hard. The portal is hot, and you're going to have to hit the portal really hard, and you're also going to have to hit high school recruiting really hard. And so therefore, if this is true, this is good. This is really good. I hope this is true. Thank you, Miss JSU Tiger 06. Now, let's get to the candidates or the potential candidates. I have no idea. Now, you guys be knowing more than me. I've been the first. I'll be the first, middle, and last person to admit. You guys always know more than me. I'm not an insider for the most part. Only time I ever broke any news was when I was down in Jackson, and I said that there was some tension between Coach Prime and Shiloh, and then he came out and said he's mad at Shiloh the next day. So that was the only time I ever broke any news. But anytime, I just report what I hear. That's it. I don't even report it. I just tell you what I hear. Now, let's talk about some candidates. Go ahead, put in the chat or over in the comments who you would like to be the next head coach at Jackson State. Just go ahead and put that in the chat. Who you would like to be the next coach at Jackson State. What's going on, DJ Scrap? DJ Scrap Dirty, I've been seeing your messages too, buddy. I'm going to get to you. Shoot me a DM, by the way. Shoot me a DM. Who you would like. And also, like Stella said, hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button, share the video. I got that copyright claim, so they try to suppress me a little bit sometimes. But go ahead and share the video. That way we know. Everybody knows that I'm on live. I am on live. Let me go ahead and actually tweet this link out. The folks should know. So comment of the night goes to Ed. This is a comment of the night. So I'm looking at some of your I'm looking at some of your comments. I see TC. I'm seeing LT. Does that do it? No. LT. Let's see. Cam Newton. Mike Minter. Cam Newton. Michael Vick. Mike Minter. Cam Newton. Kevin Sumlin. That's interesting. The first time I've seen that one. Let's see. Anyone with HBCU pedigree. Herschel Walker does need a job. He does need a job. He does. Shout out to the good brother, Raphael Warnock. Let's see who else. We got TC or Coach Harrell. Coach Harold, that's Flea. That's Coach Flea. He's gone. He's in Colorado. He's gone, by the way. Brian Flores. Interesting. LT. Steve Smith. Ooh, I like what I'm seeing, you guys. TC is OC. Cam Newton. All right. Ed Reed. All right. The second best comment tonight. Hey, if you're not following, quick story really quick. I got a story because Jackson was so great to me. I got a quick story. So when I was down there at JSU, and obviously, they all kind of knew Coach Prime was moving on to Colorado or whatever. And so one of the ladies, I actually know who it is. It was just funny. She goes, "Oh, so like are the players going to leave with him and everything?" Everything. I was like, yeah, they probably are going to, go with Coach Prime, the big ones, the ones that have a lot of notoriety, the ones that specifically came here for him, like Shador, at the times and Shiloh, Kevin Coleman, and Travis. She was like, "Oh, yeah, I seen this go down in All-American. Like, oh, yeah, I know what this is about when the coach leaves and the players leave and say, we need a Spencer James, not no Jordans. We don't need no Jordan Bakers. We need a Spencer James." And if you're watching All-American, you know exactly what she's talking about. Spencer's trying to keep all the players and stay at GAU, where Jordan's like, man, I'm out of here. I'm bouncing. And so that's why it was like super funny seeing that Billy Baker. And so let me see some more. We see TC makes the most sense. Okay, and it's not close. I get it. Let's see. Ray Lewis. I say Cam Newton. DT is gone with Prime. Urban. Man, y'all are cracking me up tonight. Shout out to my boy Mark Webster, man. Shout out to Mark, my boy, man. As my brother, Ada Rowe brother right there. Now, let's talk about some of these potential candidates. You guys are throwing out the names. These are some great names. These are some awesome names. Besides Billy Baker and Herschel Walker, of course. Billy Baker being a fictional character, and Herschel Walker, just no need for Herschel Walker. Okay, so let's run through some of the potential candidates. Let's start with none other than, the one that you guys are probably saying the most, and that is Cameron J. Newton. Cameron J. Newton. Let's go with the pros and the cons. And I love that a lot of these guys that are potential candidates that we're talking about have Wikipedia pages because they're super famous and they were really, really good football players. And so therefore, we could go right over to Cam's Wikipedia page. And let's look at some of Cam's accomplishments. If you don't know who Cam Newton is, he was the number 1 overall pick in the 2011 NFL draft as a quarterback out of Auburn University. But before Auburn, he spent a few years at Florida, got in some trouble. You know, it is what it is. Went over to Blinn College as a JUCO quarterback, won JUCO National Player of the Year, and won a JUCO National Championship. Transfers over to Auburn, Alabama in the SEC during the start of the dynasty that Nick Saban has created at Alabama, and went down there, beat Nick Saban, went undefeated, won the national championship. Also, all while taking home the Heisman Trophy. So Cam Newton, to say he got one heck of a football resume, he's got one heck of a football resume. And that's just what he did in college. So we're talking about a JUCO national champion, a JUCO MVP, a Heisman Trophy winner, a SEC champion, and a national champion, all while in college. We look at the young man's NFL career. Let's look at it. It's over here on the screen if you're not looking. NFL Most Valuable Player 2015, NFL Offensive Player of the Year 2015, NFL Rookie of the Year 2011, First Team All-Pro in 2015, a 3-time Pro Bowler, PFWA All-Rookie Team. He actually won 2 national championships, one in Florida. He said he never got the ring, so we don't really even count that. Maxwell Trophy winner, Walter Camp winner, Manning Award winner, Davey O'Brien winner, AP College Football Player of the Year, Sporting Cast Player of the Year, Consensus All-American, First Team All-SEC, most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in NFL history, 75. Most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in one season in NFL history, 14. Most rushing attempts by a quarterback over 1,000 rushing attempts. So his resume is stupendous. Oh. Let's not leave out the fact that he is super swaggy. The man shows up to the press conference. He's hip hop, he's funk, he's dope, he's lit, he is amazing. But that's just his football as a player resume. You know, that matters, right? Like that means a whole lot. But let's talk about his football off the field resume. He has one of the most extensive, most well-respected, well-known 7-on-7 leagues in the entire country, based out of Georgia. Superstar players have come through his 7-on-7 camps and his 7-on-7 league. This includes 2 of your very own Jackson State. Travis Hunter went through the Cam Newton 7-on-7 league, as well as Kevin Coleman. Both came through the Cam Newton 7-on-7 league, along with a number of blue chip recruits, 4- and 5-star players, and guys that are currently in the NFL. Cam Newton would be a bona fide home run stupendous hire. Now, here are the cons, because we got to talk about the pros, and we just ran through a whole lot of pros and the cons. Here are the cons to having a Cam Newton. The cons are Cam Newton's never coached in college. Cam Newton's never coached in college, ever. Cam Newton has never coached organized 11-on-11, as far as I know. Now, if somebody in the comments can prove me wrong, but as far as I know, Cam Newton has never coached, been an assistant coach, whatever, at the high school, college, or professional levels. He never has. High school, whereas 11-on-11, a hat on a hat, real football, not 7-on-7, but a real football. So that is the one major con. Another con is Cam Newton even interested in coaching? Cam still believes he can still play in the NFL. Cam still thinks he's one of the 32 best quarterbacks in the entire league. And so therefore, he might not be ready to get into coaching. That's a con if I've ever seen one. A guy that ain't ready to coach probably ain't going to be your coach. And so those are the 2 biggest cons to Cam Newton. Now, to one of my cons, your counter argument can be like, yeah, Cam's never coached. Well, you can be like, well, Deion never been a head coach. Coach Prime had never been a head coach. And that worked out pretty well for us. Wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say that worked out pretty well for us? And to that I say, Touche. I tip my hat to you because it ain't nothing I can say. I said, you're damn right. Because it ain't like the man don't know football. He was a professional football player at the quarterback position for 10 years and won a league MVP. He was a 3-time Pro Bowler. It's pretty damn good. He was a Heisman Trophy winner. It's pretty damn good. First team All-American. Played probably the single greatest year, or one of the single greatest years in the history of college football, any level. And the toughest conference in college football. So it's worth poking the bear and see if he's interested. That's not a problem at all. So I like Cam. He's a really good choice if he is interested. He is a really, really, really good choice if he is interested. We just don't know if he's interested. The next coach. Now, you guys, Cam is not well liked. This is not true. This just simply isn't true. Who is he not liked by? White people? I mean, hey, if there's any white people in the chat, sorry, I don't mean to offend you, but who is he not well liked by? I mean, just serious. Like, put in the chat. If Cam's not well liked, who is he not well liked by? Like, I just need to know. He's not well liked by the NFL media. Well, damn, they don't like nobody. Let's just be honest. They don't like no black man who comes up there super dapper, who comes up there and if we're being honest, a lot of times white media didn't like Deion, especially when he's playing. They didn't like him. They didn't like Prime. So this comment just isn't true. That just isn't true. I see. Okay, Mark Wall, go. Just if you ain't gonna type real words, go away. If you ain't gonna type, because this man showed me a whole lot of love when I was in Jackson, man. I love this dude. But this is my okay, man. Let's move on, man. Y'all keeping me laughing, man. Come on in, hit that thumbs up button as you come in. By the way, next on the coaching carousel of potential guys who could potentially end up filling the seat that was once occupied by Coach Prime Deion Sanders. And that guy would be none other than LaDainian Tomlinson. LaDainian Tomlinson was seen on the campus of Jackson State University. Actually, hold on. Let me stop sharing that. Let me share something else first. LaDainian Tomlinson was recently seen on the campus of Jackson State University. He was seen. Hold on, let me actually just show you guys. It's better if I show you than tell you. He was seen giving a pep talk, a speech, or whatever, to the guys of the basketball team. It's the Jackson State basketball Twitter put this out. We want to thank former NFL MVP. This is the second former NFL MVP in a row that's a candidate, possibly. And Hall of Fame. That means he got a gold jacket. He ain't back. I heard Prime say that one. Running back, LaDainian Tomlinson, for coming by and showing our guys some love and sharing some words of motivation for the rest of our season. Message received. And as you see, this is LT with Coach Mo Williams. LT, man. And seeing LT with long hair still cracks me up. Man, waited till he was 40 to grow dreads. I think that is awesome, by the way. But shout out to LT. Put up on JSU and showed some love. Put up on Mo Williams and showed some love. Now, you guys, I told you I don't break news. I just listen to y'all. That wasn't on the campus. Okay, it wasn't on the campus. Okay, thank you for that. But you guys told me, both in my messages and on the live stream, that LT wasn't there for the basketball team. You guys told me this right here. This is what I've been told. LT actually was there to interview with Ashley Robinson. He said he was on campus and was actually there to interview with Ashley Robinson. Now, that was the first time I'd ever heard it. You guys told me LT. So what are the pros to LT? Now, just like we did with Cam Newton, this man got a thicker resume than Cam Newton. Pause. When it comes to football. 2001, number 5 overall pick. As of now, he's currently a special assistant to the Los Angeles Chargers. Let's look at this resume. NFL MVP 2006. Also won Walter Payton. You guys know that. Jackson State fans, you know about Walter Payton. Walter Payton, Man of the Year and NFL Offensive Player of the Year, all in 2006. 3-time first-team All-Pro, 3-time second-team All-Pro, 5-time Pro Bowler, 2-time led the league in rushing, NFL scoring leader in 2006. Then in college, he's in the Chargers Hall of Fame. His number 21 is retired by the Chargers. And college, he was a 2-time WAC. It was what TCU was in before they ended up in the Big 12. WAC Player of the Year, 2-time Player of the Year. His number 5 is retired by TCU. He was a consensus All-American in 2000. Most rushing touchdowns in a season, 28, and that record may never be broken. Most touchdowns from scrimmage by 31. Most consecutive games with touchdown, 18. Dude was a dog. 13,000 career rushing yards. I mean, just Pro Football Hall of Famer, College Football Hall of Famer. He got a gold jacket he didn't buy. We've already went through all of that. Home run, bona fide star. Star in the game of football. Superstar in the game of football. Those are the pros. Would be an instant magnet to the state of Texas because he's got deep ties, long ties in Texas. Would be an instant magnet to the state of California because you know his history runs deep. He was the hero of many, many kids, many a player out in the state of California. Man, super. I mean, your recruiting bed in California might heat up. The pipeline from JSU from California to JSU might turn up with an LT hire. Yeah, I see the LTs in the chat. Folks is liking the LTs. What are the cons? Well, just like Cam Newton, LT's never coached. As far as I know, he's never coached. He's never coached at high school or college or in the pros. He's been around the game. He's been a commentator. He was on College Game Day, I think, last week. He's been a commentator. He's been around the game, been inside the Chargers office over the last 5 years. He lives out in L.A. Lifestyle adjustment, moving from L.A. to Jackson, Mississippi. You know, those are the cons. But boy, oh boy, you talk about star power. Also a con. This is another con. It's something you must consider when it comes to LT. You don't have to consider this with Cam Newton. But LT, he's not very flashy. He's not flashy. He's not flamboyant. He's not someone that's going to like immediately encapsulate himself with the room. You're not going to have to like sometimes LT might walk in the room and folks may or may not notice. He's not a big man. Like Cam's a large man, like 6'5", large man. When he comes in the room, you know Cam's in the room. When Prime came into the room, he's not a really big man, but you know he was in the room. LT, not so much. A little more reserved, a little more about his business in silence rather than in public. Whereas coming from a guy like Deion Sanders to LT, that's an adjustment. It just is. I'm not saying it's a bad adjustment. Like she loves these shout outs, so she be in here all the time. So we don't need flashy. I get it. HBCU. Hey, I'm right there with you. But I'm just saying these are things we got to throw out there because because you're coming off Deion Sanders. These are things you have to put into perspective. He isn't Deion Sanders, and nobody's Deion Sanders, but he is going to be a little more reserved, a little more calm. He's gonna be about his business. A little more calm, a little more reserved, a little more, straight to the point. Those are things you have to consider with LT. Next, Coach Ing, potential coaching candidate. It's Mike Minter, Campbell. Mike Minter, the pros. He can recruit his tail off, and he coaches a hard-nosed football team. He can recruit. He's got NFL pedigree, spent 10 years in the league. He can recruit his tail off. I think he currently has the best FCS recruiting class in the entire country. And he was second best last year, just behind Jackson State. So he can recruit like no other. If he's getting boys to go, top recruits, big-time players, to go to Boonies, North Carolina. Boonies, North Carolina. This is where he's getting guys to go play for him. Four-star guys, 3- and 4-star guys. Boonies, North Carolina. Now, Cam Newton's more popular than Deion. This is interesting. I'm curious. Do you guys believe that? I'm not going to argue that. I don't know if that's true. But it'd be interesting to see how everybody feels about this. How do you guys feel about this? They going to the mountains. Yeah, they going to the mountains. They going to Boonies, North Carolina, and he's getting them guys to come to Boonies, North Carolina, and to play really, really hard for him. Here are the cons on Mike Minter, though. The cons are he hasn't had a winning record since he's been at Campbell. Now, Campbell, to his credit, I will say, Campbell was not a good job when he took it over. And Campbell is still in the building process. They didn't get expedited. They are still in the rebuilding process. This is a team that I don't even think had scholarships when he first started. I don't even think Campbell was a scholarship football team when he first started. Now they played, you guys saw, for the JSU fans, you guys saw Campbell live and direct, live in person at homecoming. And they played the heck out of JSU. Honestly, probably gave Jackson State the best game this whole entire season. But after that JSU game, I don't know if you guys kept following Campbell. After that JSU game, they kind of fell off a cliff. They lost 4 games in a row. They won their season finale over Delaware State, but they finished the season 5-6. Like, a lot of people don't even realize it. Campbell finished the season 5-6. They finished with a losing record. So that might be a hard sell. It might not be as hard of a sell to JSU fans because you guys saw that Campbell team in person. You saw how tough they played Jackson State. But 5-6, a non-winning record coming from a school like Campbell, it may be a little bit harder of a sell following Coach Prime. So there's that. Then there's the name that I keep seeing also. I'm probably seeing Cam is probably the name I'm seeing the most. This name is what I'm seeing the second most. This name, if I'm being quite frank, you guys are telling me this deal's almost done. This is the one I'm actually hearing, and I don't know if it's true or not, but this is the name. Herm Edwards, I don't like the Herm Edwards fit. I'm gonna just be honest. I don't like the Herm Edwards at all. But this is the name I'm hearing the most, and this is the name that you guys are telling me the most. It's none other than Ray Lewis. Now, Ray Lewis, do we have to go through his resume? Yeah, why not? First round pick out of Miami, 2-time Super Bowl champion, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, 10-time All-Pro, 13-time Pro Bowler, All-Decade team, NFL 100 team, Baltimore Ravens Ring of Honor, 2-time All-American when he's in college, NFL records, most career combined tackles, most career solo tackles, and most solo tackles in a season, 156. Not to mention he's got one of them gold jackets. He didn't have to buy it. This is Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis, Pro Football Hall of Famer Ray Lewis. The greatest middle linebacker in the history of the game, Ray Lewis. The one to beat the charge, Ray Lewis. That Ray Lewis. You know? You talk about a splash higher. The motivational speaker, Ray Lewis. The one that's going to get the folks on their feet, Ray Lewis. Now, you want to talk about someone, you want to talk about replacing Deion, replacing Coach Prime. Ray Lewis. Look, I'm bucking my eyes on this one. Look, Ray Lewis. Did my eyes get the bucket when I seen that? I was like, now you want to talk about somebody that's going to encapsulate a room. You want to talk about somebody that's going to bring some pizzazz, that's going to light that fire in you, that's going to come every day to work. Ray Lewis, come on, man. Come on. Hey. Now, I don't always agree with Ray Lewis politically. He be saying some stuff. I'd be like, all right, Ray Lewis, hold on now. Hold on. Don't get to tapping before you dancing. You get what I'm saying? But Ray Lewis, outside of the political stuff, we just talking football. We talking about a guy that can go into any living room. Deion Sanders was able to go into any living room and immediately grasp your attention. Ray Lewis can do the same. Ray Lewis is younger than Deion. He played more recently than Prime. He can go in any living room and do the same. Ray Lewis. Now the cons. The cons are some of the same cons. Never coached before. Don't really know if he wants to coach yet. Don't even know if he wants to coach. Does he want to coach in an HBCU? Shannon, this would not be nice. No, this would not be nice at all. Ray Lewis, shout out to DJ. Ray Lewis, and he goes in line. You just set the next candidate. The next candidate, now this is actually, if I had to choose my favorite, this is my favorite candidate on the board. My favorite potential, I keep saying candidate. This is my favorite potential candidate. Hit that thumbs up button. We're here real heavy. My favorite potential candidate on the board outside of Ray Lewis is Ed Reed. Ed Reed is my favorite potential candidate. And here's why. this contrary to popular belief. Now, you guys are from Mississippi. For most of y'all, Jack State people, y'all from Mississippi and stuff. Contrary to popular belief, a lot of people outside of the South think that Ed Reed is from Miami. Ed Reed's from Louisiana. Ed Reed is from SWAC country. He's not from Miami. He starred at Miami, and he became famous at Miami, and he currently works on the Miami coaching staff, and he probably still lives in Miami, but he's from Louisiana. He's from SWAC country. And you add the fact that he's, I don't know, a Pro Football Hall of Famer, the greatest safety to ever play football, one of the greatest defensive backs ever, period. Honestly, one of my favorite football players ever. Yeah, you add that to the fact that he's from Louisiana, makes this a hand in glove fit. It's so much of a fit. It's so perfect because Ed Reed, unlike some of the previous candidates that we've mentioned, has coached both at the professional level. He was an assistant with the Bills for a brief amount of time. And at the college level, where he's currently or coached or been in some kind of role at the college level, where he currently serves as the chief of staff at the University of Miami. It's so much of a hand in glove fit that Grambling actually offered Ed Reed the job. And from what I was told in some conversations I've had, Ed Reed actually liked my video that I did about him being offered the job at Grambling. The timing just wasn't right, or he might be the head coach at Grambling right now. This is a fact. This is a fact. I'm telling you what I know. I don't report a lot on here. I just talk and tell you what I've heard and what the people are saying. But he was strongly considering that Grambling job. Strongly considering the Grambling job. This is not something that I heard. This is actually what I know. The only reason why, because remember, he's from Louisiana. The only reason why Grambling didn't make sense for him at the time before they went on to hire Hugh Jackson was Miami had just hired Mario Cristobal. Cristobal, who was a former University of Miami player, he wanted Ed Reed around. And if Cristobal wouldn't have got that Miami job, we could potentially be talking about Ed Reed as the head coach at Grambling State University. Now, Hugh Jackson's their coach, but we could have been talking about Ed Reed as the head coach of Grambling State University. And now, Cristobal, he's transitioned. He's the coach. He's made the smooth transition. Well, not so smooth. They weren't that great this year, but he's there. He's good. He's good. Could Ed Reed get that itch to be coaching in HBCU football again? Possibilities are endless. The possibilities are endless. Let's just run down his resume really quick. Football resume. Super Bowl champion, Defensive Player of the Year, 04, 8-time All-Pro, 9-time Pro Bowler, 3-time NFL's interception leader, BCS National Champion, Big East Player of the Year, 2-time consensus All-American, NFL records. Look at all these records he got. Most career interception return yards, longest interception return, most career postseason interceptions, and most seasons leading the league in interceptions. He's a dog. Scored 7 touchdowns. He's a defensive back. This is Ed Reed, Pro Football Hall of Famer, College Football Hall of Famer. Sounds real familiar, don't it, JSU? A Pro Football Hall of Famer, College Football Hall of Famer, defensive back, one of the greatest in NFL history. Where have I heard that before? I think I've heard that before. That seemed to work out pretty well for Jackson State the first time. Wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say that worked out pretty well for JSU the first time? Man, Ed Reed. That honestly, that's my favorite. That is my favorite. And I'm gonna throw a wild card out there. And then actually I'm gonna open up, hit that thumbs up button. I'm gonna open up. The lines are open. I want to hear from you all. The lines are open 727-731-8723 as I talk about this last candidate. The last candidate that I think, and me and my uncle talked about this. It's when I was down in Memphis, me and my uncle talked about this. And he's the first person to bring it up. And then I've seen some of you guys put it in the chat, put it in the comments when I asked who you want to be your next head coach. You know, when I talked about how, some people just fill up a room, like they really know how to work a room and they really get, like, they encapsulate culture. Like they just feel like just feel like us, right? Like we black people, we black folks, man. We just know how to have a good time. And we want to, and JSU done had a coach that's been having a real good time these last couple of years. And this next guy is someone that definitely knows how to have a good time. And he is someone that'll fill up a room. And he is someone that'll shake hands and kiss babies. And people will love. And you can have a good time with him. And you can have a good time with him on the sideline as the coach, on the field, in the living room of a recruit. And that Johnny T's out to the game. Because unlike Coach Prime, this dude is known for having a drink or two. This coach is known to have some extracurricular activity. This coach is known to get down with the get down. You dig what I'm saying? Well, he's not a coach. He's a potential coach. He's not even a freaking coach. He goes by the name of Playmaker. To go from prime time to the Playmaker, Michael Irving. Michael Irvin. My uncle threw this at me, and I laughed at first, just like I'm laughing now. And then I was like, that could be interesting to go from prime time to the Playmaker. That would be very, very interesting. Because like I said, unlike Coach Prime, this guy will take a drink with you. He'll take you up on that offer. Unlike Coach Prime, he might say a few choice words. Like, he you know what I'm saying? And the Playmaker's got one hell of a resume, and he also got that gold jacket that he didn't buy, including 3 of them things. 3 of them things meaning Super Bowl rings. We got the first call on the line. Call on in if you got something to say. Playmaker, that's a big one. What's going on, man? You on with Jeff?
What's good, Jeff? This Sean, man.
What's going on, Sean? What's on your mind?
Hey, man, that Ray Lewis,
hey,
for JSU,
hey,
man, that's like 100% perfect. You can't even ask for nobody. And then you talking about Michael Irvin, nah. But how about this? Okay. You put Ray Lewis as head coach, at JSU. You put Ed Reed as defensive coordinator or defensive coach for JSU, and then bring Warren Sapp in as an offensive lineman coach. What's your thoughts on that?
That would be interesting. You just have to see if all these guys are interested in coaching. Now, that's why I was most hype about Ed Reed, because Ed Reed is actively in coaching, whereas the rest of these guys were kind of like throwing them out there because they're names that are floating around because you went and got a celebrity, big-time, well-known, well-credentialed head coach last time, and possibly you can go that route. But I am interested in that. Hey, man, appreciate your call, man. I want to get to some other people, but I appreciate it.
Cool.
Appreciate it. Yeah, man. We are putting the fantasy, but hey, Prime made us all believe, so why not believe in something else? What's going on? You on with Jeff? Hello.
What's up with it, Jeff?
What's going on, man? What's on your mind? Yeah, what's on your mind?
I'm gonna tell you, bro. I don't want Ray Lewis. I don't want no more preaching head coach.
Okay.
You can't. No Ray Lewis.
No Ray Lewis. Okay.
No, man. Ray Lewis gonna come and guy for him to win. We have no time for that no more. We have no more time for guy something.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to get you off here, man. Your reception's a little bad, man. Oh yeah, he went ahead and hung up because I can't even make out what in the world he was saying. I have no idea. What's going on? You on with Jeff?
What's up now?
What's going on with you? What's on your mind?
Matthew. Everybody talking these names out, man. I got a name that might surprise everybody. What about Eric Bieniemy? What's up now? What about Eric Bieniemy?
Eric Bieniemy. Why Eric Bieniemy?
Because he can't get an NFL head coaching job. I think it'd be perfect. That's real talk.
That'd be interesting. Hey, I appreciate you. Hey, what? So he can't get an NFL
I'm
job.
from St. Louis, man. My name is Matty. I'm from St. Louis, and I think Eric Bieniemy would be the next choice.
Eric Bieniemy, I appreciate you, Matty, man. Appreciate you. Gotta cut the thing down a little bit. Eric Bieniemy would be interesting. You know why Eric Bieniemy would actually be really, really interesting? Because if I'm not mistaken, Eric Bieniemy went to college in Colorado. If I'm not mistaken, he went to college in Colorado. It was a running back there. That would be interesting. What's going on, man? You're on with Jeff.
Yeah, what's happening, man? What's happening? Hey, first of all, I want to tell you, I love your show, man.
Appreciate you, man.
It's really good, and I know you got 1,000 people on. Let me turn this back up. I'm sorry, I
I
apologize.
got you.
But first thing, man, they got to clean in house, bro. There's a major issue.
What you mean?
Deion didn't just leave. He didn't leave because of money. He didn't leave platform. He left because of the university admin not taking care of business. Think about it.
Are
Just
you
think
going?
about it for
Okay,
a second.
okay. Are you going off some of those floating room? I didn't want to do this, but we might have to do it now that you brought it up. Are you going off some of them
You don't have
Facebook
to.
posts that are going around the internet? I thought you were talking about
No,
coaching
man.
campaigns, but let's talk.
No. Listen, I educate myself a little bit more before I just communicate something out there like that.
Okay.
So I think so. I don't come on people's shows just saying stuff. This is you can even look back at all his take a look at his interviews. What did he talk about when he was talking about the ticket sales? Once they got to a certain number, that 30%, 40% threshold, he was supposed to get a certain number. Did that happen? Where'd that money go? Not only that, then you turn around and you look at, okay, now this man is starting to put in some of his money.
Time out though.
Yeah.
Time out though. Do we know if he didn't get paid? Has he come out and said they didn't pay me what they were supposed to pay me?
Oh, he will.
I mean, but has he said it though?
He will.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, we can't go out and say, "Oh, they didn't pay him. Where'd the money go?" When we don't know if he didn't get paid. Like, I'm not saying he did. I don't know. I just don't know. But we can't go out and say, "Oh, he didn't get paid." Like, because unless you know something that I don't know, I haven't heard him come out and say it. I haven't heard Ashley Robinson come out and say it. I haven't heard the president of JSU come out and say it. So I don't I can't go on record saying, yeah, he didn't get paid what he was supposed to when we don't know that.
Exactly. And think about it. They're not going to do that until after the Celebration Bowl. Once all the Celebration Bowl is done and they're really into gear now, you're gonna get phone calls. People are going to be calling Prime saying, "Hey, what happened over there? Why'd you leave out of there?" And I guarantee you, it's not for money. But the truth is going to come out. You're going to see it's administration. That's what's holding JSU back right now. Because they had one of the best coaches in history coming to that school. In history. Not in the country, not recently, but in history. And they let them go because they're not taking care of business. And absolutely right. Have they heard anything yet? Has Coach Prime said, "Hey, this is what they did and this is why I left"? No, that ain't the fact at all. You will hear that. I guarantee you. I'll call you back. Okay, you got my number. You can even call me and be like, "I told you."
No. If that happens, I will more than likely have you on, boss man. I will more than likely have you on, and you can do a victory lap. You can do a victory lap because
I don't want to do a victory. I don't want to do a victory lap because trust me, it hurts me to see that man leave and go to Colorado. I'm a Prime fan, but I'm an HBCU man for our people first. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Okay. Hey, great show, man.
Hey, appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, like I hear what he's talking about, but I just, like I said, I don't know if that stuff's true. I can't go repeating things that I don't know if it's true or not. What's going on, man? You're on with Jeff.
Yeah, my name Bird.
What's going on, boss man? What's on your
mind? I got a suggestion for you, coach, man.
Talk to me.
You know, y'all like to party over there in Jackson, Mississippi and everything. So if y'all need a rah-rah guy, why don't y'all go after Clinton Portis?
That would be interesting. Clinton Portis. Why Clinton Portis? What makes you say that?
Because, you know, and he used to dress out. He used to show out just like Cam and Deion, man. I mean, you got your man now, Clinton Portis.
That would be interesting. I appreciate the call, man. Appreciate you calling in.
All right, there you go.
Clinton Portis is not a name I thought I would hear, but it's a name I'm worth listening to. What's going on, man? You're on with Jeff. Hello? You're on with Jeff. Okay, well, I guess they didn't want to talk. Clinton Portis is definitely not a name I thought I'd be hearing today, but yeah, it's the one that came in. Oh, well, call lines are open. The last two people they hung up. You can call on back. Prime Colton. Like, let me read some of these. Let me take a look at some of these comments. You guys, that guy said Clinton Portis shaking my hair. Hey, look, I don't know what's going on. What's going on, man? You're on with Jeff.
My bad, man. I had my phone on mute.
Oh, that's all good. What's up, man? What's on with you?
Who is the next biggest black icon after Deion Sanders?
Oh, talk to me.
Who would you say?
Shoot, there's a lot of them out there. But in the football world,
Only one person.
well, talk to me. Let me know. I'm slow. Well, let me know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Michael Vick.
Michael Vick. Michael Vick. Why Michael Vick? Make your pitch for Michael Vick. Give me a 20, 30-second pitch for Michael Vick.
I know Vick he was an offensive coordinator in one of those leagues that closed down, and I know he wants to get in coaching.
Okay.
And who else could bring the flair other than Deion? It's Vick. He's the next biggest black cultural icon after Vick in football.
That's interesting. That's an interesting take. I appreciate the call, man. Appreciate you calling.
And he's more mature than Cam Newton.
That's an interesting take. I appreciate it though, man.
All right, bro.
I wouldn't call Cam Newton immature though. I don't think Cam Newton's immature. He's older than Cam Newton, but Cam Newton ain't no dummy. He ain't immature. What's going on, man? You're on with Jeff.
What's up, man? This is DJ Raw Truth, man. Great show, my brother.
Hey, I appreciate it, boss, man. Appreciate you. As always, you do a great job as well.
No doubt. Thank you, man. There's a couple scenarios. First,
okay.
Don't be surprised if it's TC Taylor. I know people are like, TC.
No surprise there. TC's out there working. I agree.
And if you look at the transfer portal, only 3 players announced. We know Shadir's going to leave.
Yeah.
But 3 players announced that they were going to be in the transfer portal, and they weren't starters.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he's the head coach, and he's talking to the players right now, trying to get some of them, because the others are going to go to Colorado. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But if it's not TC, I really like these 2 coaches. Number one, Marshall Faulk. He has very high IQ. So much so, the NFL Network staff always alluded and told people that Marshall Faulk in the film room is X's. And X's and O's. He will be the smartest coach on football IQ alone in the SWAC. If he's hired. I guarantee it. Ed Reed, he's authentic. So I talk to a lot of Jackson State fans that are tired of the preachiness of the false promises. You're not going to get that with Ed Reed. Ed Reed is going to keep it real and trill. He's not going to shuck and jive. He's not going to tell you something he doesn't mean. Everything he will say, if he's hired, everything he will say in a press conference, he means it.
Absolutely, DJ. And just to your point, DJ, I want to put something on the screen while you're talking. But I'm pretty sure Marshall Faulk was like interviewing for some jobs at HBCUs, right? Oh, there it is. HBCU game day. Marshall Faulk and Southern are talking, says Southern AD. Southern University Athletic Director Roman Banks says that he had a conversation and interviews with Marshall Faulk more than a dozen others. So, yeah, Marshall Faulk, apparently, I mean, this was back from last year before they hired Dooley, which everybody pretty much knew they were going to hire Dooley. But he interviewed at Southern, from what I'm reading right now. Like, so that Marshall Faulk suggestion, it was a good one. That was a good one. I didn't even think about.
Yeah, and I don't like rumors and all that stuff, but what I've heard is they hired Dooley because a lot of boosters, you know how they are. They want an established coach, and they didn't want to go to quote unquote Jackson State route. A lot of SWAC schools are doing. I don't want to be like Jackson State, hire celebrity coaches. Even though Marshall Faulk, what I heard, aced his interview.
That is interesting. That is interesting. I got some more calls though, DJ, but I appreciate you calling in, boss man.
No doubt. Have a blessed day.
Hey, you too, man. You too, man. And Marshall Faulk, that would be interesting. That would be interesting. And you know he's interested. He interviewed at Southern. What's going on? You're on with Jeff.
Hey, what's going on, Jeff? This your boy Maurice.
What's going on with you, Maurice? What's on your mind?
Man, I'm just curious. So let's just say, all right, we get Marshall Faulk in there, right? Okay. And then Marshall Faulk leaves 4 years from now, right? Mm-hmm. What is going to be people's perspective of him or any celebrity, or maybe not a celebrity? What is going to be their perspective of that man that leaves for another position? Let's say he gets elevated or whatever, he quits. What should be the take then?
Well, it depends on the scenario. I mean, we're playing hypothetical games. I don't really know. But at the same time, are you saying is it going to be bad? Is that what you're trying to say? Like I'm trying to figure out what you're saying right now.
Yeah. I'm trying to say basically, are we going to have the same energy towards Marshall Faulk as we should towards Deion? Oh, he came in here, he was defeated, did all whatever, he a sellout. Like, should we keep that same energy to the next coach?
Okay, hey, and I'm gonna answer your call, but we got some more calls. But I'm gonna answer your question on with the next person. But I got to get because we got a whole bunch of people on here. But I appreciate you calling in, boss man. Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. The people in Jackson aren't mad at Deion. Like, can we kill that narrative that people are so outraged at Coach Prime? If they were that pissed, they wouldn't have him coaching the Celebration Bowl. They would told him pack his bags and get the hell out of town. They are not mad at him. They are disappointed in him. And I didn't want to go this route because I did a whole 30-minute video about this. They are not angry at him. They are disappointed in because of the words he used and the actions that he proceeded with. That's it. But I was there and I talked to him. So, you know, that's I'm done with that. Okay, what's going on, man? I'm sorry about that. You're on with Jeff. What's happening?
Hello.
Yeah, what's going on? You're on with Jeff. What's up?
How you doing, Jeff? I enjoy your show, man.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Hey, listen, I prefer Cam Newton. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Reason I said Cam because number one, he has an affiliation with Under Armour. That's number one.
He does.
Number two, he knows about the social media. He does. He got a show right now.
You're right about that. That's a good point. Ooh, you making some points. I like this. Okay, keep going. I'm listening.
Okay, and also number three, you know, he runs a 707 camp for Under Armour. So he got contact with high school students already.
Absolutely.
So listen, what JSU got to do is suck up their pride, because his presentation, how he come out sometimes, and they're gonna say, oh, he's a little weird or whatever. No, he has a high football IQ. The man is smart. And see, what JSU needs right now is to go to the next level where Prime started. And he can take it to the next level. But they got to be willing to suck up their pride and take a chance.
Well, let me ask you this though. Where's the suck up their pride part? What do you mean by that? Where's the pride?
Well, you know what? I feel like this. You know, like some institutions will get to the point where they want someone who looks, professional and this and that. Well, Cam talks professional, but his presence, he got the dreads and all this and that. And some folks are looking like, he's kind of a little wild or something like. You understand what I'm saying in that aspect?
I appreciate.
That's what I mean, because
I got you. We got a bunch of calls though, but I appreciate it. I appreciate you calling in. I'm gonna address some of the things you said. I appreciate it though.
All right, no problem. Take care.
Appreciate you. Now, what I did disagree with the caller is, JSU ain't gonna have no problem. This is a black college. This ain't Colorado. Colorado or somebody might have a problem with the way Cam presents itself. This is Jackson State.
Lawrence Collins.
What's going on, boss man? What's on your mind?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's on your mind?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Just want to say I love the show. I'm checking in from Detroit, Michigan.
Hey,
big fan of the
it,
show.
Boss man. Appreciate you.
Not a problem. So I got a couple names out there. One, I'm gonna throw out Bruce Eugene, former quarterback of Grambling State. I think he's a high school football coach right now. And then my second choice would be T. Martin, former quarterback for Tennessee.
T. Martin would be interesting.
Got to go out the box. Got to get away from the traditional big, flamboyant NFL player. I think you need to go in a whole different direction, you know what I'm saying, and get some coaches that are hungry and continue the tradition, and also get a coach that'll stay longer than 3 years. You don't want to turn this into a springboard job, just like it was with Coach Prime.
I got you. Hey, I appreciate the call, man. You make some great points. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Hey, give you something to give you a little something to chew on. When you get some good information, you swiggle it around, you chew on it. This is some good points. What's going on, man? You're on with Jeff.
Hey, Jeff, how's it going? This is Jeff myself. My name's Jeff Berry. Hey, I was thinking that, hey, I'm good, man. I think TC would be the perfect fit because he already knows the offense. It's just so many things. And I know that the players that are already there knows him and is familiar with this man. And this man have stepped in and have showed that he was a powerful leader. And I just think that anyone from the outside coming in, I think that would be a setting where when it come down to D. Jackson State, where they may not be the perfect fit for the players or for the system in Jackson State, may not have the type of money that these people would want coming in. And I just think that TC will be there for the long haul.
That's it. That was
very,
very, very good points, Mr. Berry. I appreciate it. We got a bunch of calls, but I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Okay, all right.
That's a good point. Well, the thing is, though, if you're taking the JSU job, you're not taking the JSU job to become rich. That's why we named a bunch of rich people. They already got money. But that is a point, though. What's going on? You're on with Jeff.
Hey, what's up, Jeff?
What's going on with you, man?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So let me clear this up. We, the city of Jackson, we not mad at Deion.
Come on.
There's a lot of. I'm here. I work on campus. There's a lot of rumors going around. If people don't know who Miss Sydney Hyde Smith is, they wrapped up the money, $3 billion to get Deion to stay. Deion stated that there's no way that he is staying at Jackson. People, the media, the outsiders, saying that Deion used his salary, half his salary. That's not true. That's not true. Whatever money that Deion used, it was for extra. Therefore, he said he wanted his assistant coaches paid, right? Listen to me, Jeff.
I'm listening.
He only taking how many coaches? How many coaches he taking?
He ain't taking all
3
of them.
coaches. And 2 of those coaches been with him for 15 years or more, even in high school.
I think it's more than 3.
So
though.
what about?
I think it's more. I think it's more than 3.
No.
I think it's more. Is it not?
No, it's only 3. But what about the guy that actually won these games for you, Dennis Thurman? You not taking him?
Are you sure? I thought there was reports.
Positive.
I thought he was taking Bartoloni.
Nah.
Well, let me say this, and then you correct me if I'm wrong. These are the names that I thought he was taking: Bartoloni, DT Dennis Thurman, Coach Flea, Coach Hart, Tim Brewster. Yeah, those 5. So I thought he was taking 5.
He only taking the DB coach. He taking Tim Brewster
and Mathis. Yeah,
and
6 actually.
Hart.
6 and Mathis.
And Hart. Dennis Thurman is not going. That's facts. I'm here. This my stumping ground. Dennis Thurman is not going.
Okay. Hey, I'm gonna take your word for it. I'm gonna take your word for it.
And what about the other guys that you want to get paid? I mean, but it's a lot of rumors. I'm speaking facts. People need to do their research. We was gonna get the money for this guy. He said there's no way he's staying. So if we respect, we're not mad that he left. It's how you went about it. You wait till after the SWAC game to say, hey, I'm leaving. No, come on the media and let us know, hey, you gonna leave? We don't care. I mean, we D Jackson State gonna keep going. We're gonna have the same vibe no matter what. We're gonna do what we do. But we gonna get somebody else in, and people, the little people that transfer, man, them people, they nobody. You get what I'm saying? But hey, Jeff, I appreciate the show, man. I'm gonna go back in the chat, but people need to know facts when they speaking on the Deion situation. He didn't use half his salary to do nothing. He was sponsored by a lot of things in the state.
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate the information, big dog.
And if anybody needs proof, I have proof. You know what I'm saying? That's my name on my name, Glenn the Real Deal, on IG, and I'm here in Jackson.
I got
and
you, man.
I work at Jackson State.
I appreciate you, Glenn, man. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. That Glenn came through and she loves these. Said I told y'all we over 3 million. Folks is saying they got receipts. Woo, and they say me. This is what folks are saying on the show. Let's get some more people in here. Then I got to get up out of here. What's going on? You're on with Jeff.
AJ.
What's going on, AJ? What's on your mind?
What's going on, Chief, man? First of all, man, I watch the show all the time, man. It's hold on, I had to turn it off on the other spot. I watch the show all the time, man. Big fan of you, man. You do a great job. I appreciate your commentary and everything you've been saying about this whole Prime situation, and just, I mean, your commentary period about all HBCUs, man, it's great. So, I wanted to address what this guy said earlier about, people coming in, would somebody that came in as a celebrity, would they get the same kind of backlash that Prime got? I look at the whole situation with Eddie George over at Tennessee State. I think if Eddie George took a Power 5 job, he wouldn't receive the kind of backlash that Prime received because he didn't say what Prime said. And I just look at that. I look at, anybody else, even this guy from Albany State that was there, the white coach. He just took a Power 5 job, and nobody said nothing about that. It's about the story that was told, which is I know what everybody's been saying. Nobody's mad that Prime left. It's what he said coming in, what you said the whole time you were there, and now it's how you acting when you leave. Everybody's got a problem with that. So I think that's the real deal, man. Is if you come in and you coach and you be a good coach and you leave, that's what it is. Nobody expects anybody to stay anywhere for 20 years in 2022. I don't care if you're a doctor, preacher, coach. I don't care what you are. The idea of a long-term career at one place is obsolete now. And everybody knows that. It's just what it is. But how you come in and what you say, as long as you're a man of what you say you're going to do, you say you're going to come in and coach and win games, come in, win games, and move on to the next. And everybody will respect that. But if you come in and say you want to do something else, then come in and do that. It's just about being real with what your motives are and what your intentions are.
You said a mouthful, big dog. Hey, I appreciate you calling in, man. You ain't speak nothing but the gospel. Something I said in my 30-minute soliloquy. I said the same thing. But I appreciate it, man.
Facts, man. Facts.
I appreciate
Good
it.
stuff,
Be sure
bro.
to call in again. Appreciate it. Hey, man, he said it. I did. I mean, I've said it already, but he said it this time and I didn't. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a fact. What's going on? You're on with Jeff.
Judson.
What's going on with you? What's on your mind?
Nothing much. What I wanted to talk about was one thing that I've been reading that's been coming up a lot is the money that Deion Sanders, that Deion Sanders donated to JSU. He ended up finding out that he used it so they could finish the.
Where are we going? What's going on, man? Where are we going with this? We're taking a long time to get there. Where are we going?
So basically, the point is, what? I was wondering what Jeff thought about those funds being misused and the stadium not being finished.
See, we can't. But I appreciate the call in, man. But I've already spoken about that we can't just go off just hearsay. I haven't heard Prime come out and say they misused his money or they didn't pay him the money. I don't know about. What's going on? You're on with Jeff.
Hey man, my name's Henry, man. How you doing? I'm from Jackson, bro.
What's going on, Henry? What's on your mind, boss man?
Man, listen, man. I like Jerry Rice. If he was gonna be a coach, I'd like him to be a coach, or Ray Lewis. And I'm thinking about outside the box too, like somebody who's a really good coach who in the NFL right now that doesn't really get a head coaching opportunity, the offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs, possibly.
Eric Bieniemy. Eric Bieniemy. Okay, we've heard the other two names. Why Jerry Rice? Really quick.
I think Jerry Rice just because he played around that era with Prime, and I think his star power can still recruit. I mean, you got to recruit, man. I like some of the ideas of these other coaches, but I think you have to be able to recruit, bro. You got to be able to recruit. We're losing too many deep commits.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna do?
Yeah, you make valid points, Henry. Hey, I appreciate you, Henry.
You gotta have somebody with some. You gotta have somebody, man, with some star power, man. That's the only way you're gonna do it.
Absolutely, Henry. Appreciate the call, man. Appreciate it. But no, Jerry Rice, that's interesting. That's the first person to say Jerry Rice. I don't know if I'm feeling Rice as the head coach at JSU. But that would be an interesting one, to say the least. What's going on, man? You're on with Jeff. Hello.
Hey, Jeff. How are you? This is Veronica.
How you doing, Miss Veronica? How are you? What's on your mind?
I'm doing good. I was just calling to say I know you got a lot of people. Thank you for doing this show.
Well, thank you.
We appreciate it.
And I appreciate
I appreciate you doing this show.
Well, thank you.
Because we are going through a lot, and we just need this outlet to just be able to see the positive side of it, that we're going to be okay, and, we're going to move forward.
You're right about that.
And I just want to say, I love the fact of TC. I think TC is well deserving of this job. I think that he has proven himself. I think he definitely deserves the opportunity. But at the momentum that we are at now, will he be able to sustain where we are? As far as the recruiting,
things
like that.
You're right about that, and that is why I think he's kind of being overlooked. It is, So, but I appreciate you, Miss Veronica. Thank you for calling in.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, that is very true. I mean, TC is a Jackson guy, but can he keep it going? Is he the right one to keep it going? That's the ultimate question. What's going on? You're on with Jeff. Man, it's a lot of y'all here.
Hey, Jeff, this is Trey. How you doing?
What's going on, Trey? What's on your mind?
Not much. I know this is kind of left field, but I want to get your thoughts on this.
What's going
What
on?
What about Art Browse? I don't like the way Grambling did it, but he did have an interesting coach at the HBCU, and he was a great college coach. Just throwing it out there.
I appreciate you, sir. Be sure to call again. But that man said Art Browse, y'all. Hey, we gotta let that marinate for a second. Art Browse, nah, dog. Nah, dog. Art Browse ain't gonna fly at JSU. I'm gonna just be honest with you. That is not going to fly at JSU. What's going on? You're on with Jeff.
Hey, my name is LaDon from Jackson, Mississippi.
What's going on, LaDon?
Okay, so one, I want to address nobody's mad at Deion. We are disappointed in the godly lies that he told. He brought God into it. Anybody who's from Jackson knows if we feel like we've been misled or mistreated, you're going to get to keep on rolling on. So,
okay. Gonna play that King George for him.
Okay, and two, I think Cam Newton will be a good fit. Reason being is him. I think we could actually keep Travis Hunter there if we get Cam Newton because he went to his camp. He's real close to Cam Newton. So that would be a good thing. I saw someone the other day say that it will probably be bigger than him actually coming to Jackson State if he stays at Jackson State. So I agree.
I agree, LaDon. I agree with that actually wholeheartedly, but I appreciate you calling in. We try to get some of these other people, but I appreciate it, LaDon. You're absolutely right.
All right.
No, if Travis stayed, let's make this clear. LaDon actually brought up a very good point. If Travis stays at JSU, that would be a bigger deal than when Travis committed to JSU. I 100% agree with LaDon because the thing is, we know Travis wrote a soliloquy when he went to Jackson State, and it was beautiful and it was awesome, but we knew his commitment was attached directly to Deion Sanders. And if he spurned Deion Sanders to stay at Jackson State, boy, would that be a day. I mean, that would be a day. I'm going to try to get to some more of these. Man, there's a lot of y'all in here. Let me see. And if you have a Jackson phone number, I'm always putting you first. So these are a couple of Jackson folks that are on here. These are a couple of Jackson folks. What's going on? You're on with Jeff.
Hey, Jeff, what's going on, man? Quincy.
What's going on, Quincy? What's on your mind?
Man, I'm going to tell you something, man. This right here, this thing with Deion, I'm going to tell you what makes me the most upset is that, you know, all this, our kids won the SWAC championship, and we're very proud of them. Yeah. But all this drama that came on afterwards, it took away the ambience and splendor of them winning the SWAC championship, and then for them to have to concentrate and have this stuff on their brain when they go out there and play in the Celebration Bowl, man, it just ain't right. And people just missing the point that you came in with this attitude that God called you collect and you had to accept the charges and blah, 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 blah. And you sold us like a used car salesman selling his car, trying to get it off the lot. And the thing is, if you just wanted just a chance to coach at this level so you can move on to the next level, you should have just came in and said, hey, I want an opportunity to coach at JSU to build my resume and then moving on. And that would have been okay with us. But this drama here, it just makes you so upset that our kids can't even enjoy right after the game, you bring this noise to them. Come on, man. And then you flying out to see another in a university right after the game, man. And you're hurrying the championship celebration up and all this. Man, just crazy.
I completely agree with you, boss, man. We got some more people, but I said my piece. I completely agree with you, though, man. But I appreciate you calling in.
All right, man.
Appreciate it. I mean, I've already said, pretty much that whole same thing. So I ain't got too much more to add to that. I seen somebody's name on here and I thought I knew. Man, there's so many people on here. Let me see. Let me grab someone. What's going on? You're on with Jeff. Hello, you're on with Jeff.
Hey, Jeff, what's going on? This is still from Texas, Mississippi.
What's going on, boss man? What's on your mind?
Hey, now I got two good things to say.
All right,
man.
talk to me.
Listen, we're going to keep moving, man. We ain't worried about Prime right now. But I got a little joke and a little insight for everybody.
Okay.
First thing we need to do, we need to make Brett Favre coach because he owes so many millions of dollars. We might need to make Brett Favre coach for us and do some recruit. But real talk, I think we need to get Cam Newton.
Cam
Newton gonna be the best.
Make a quick pitch about Cam Newton. Okay.
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton. Okay, I appreciate you
but
calling in,
that's all I
boss
had
man.
to say. We gotta put a smile on our face even when they think we down.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you calling in. Appreciate it. Nah, Cam Newton would be fired, man. Cam Newton. Let me try to get to some of these. I had to take the number off. It was too many calling in. What's going on? What's on your mind?
Hello?
Hello. What's going on? What's on your mind?
Ah, right. How's it going?
How's it going? What's on your mind?
Man, I'm on the outside of here, so I might get a lot of people to tell me this shit. You know what up?
Uh-oh.
But I want to say this here much as far as Deion. I watched you guys ever since he been down there. I don't think you guys realize what he done for you down there.
Oh Lord. Okay. Okay. Come on. I'm listening, but come on. I mean, I'm kind of listening. But let me hear. Let me hear from you. Let me hear from you. Let me hear what you got to say.
I know it. I don't really have the right, but this is what I'm gonna say here is this.
Come on.
I think y'all should, man, do this here. This he gone. It ain't nothing you can do by him leaving. You need to get together down there, man, and y'all need to learn how to bring money into the state, man. Y'all need to get with either the Jackson State University president all the way down to the administration. Sit down, understand the budget, find a way to get that money down there, man. Y'all got the talent. Get you a good coach. Cam Newton. That'll be a good one. Why? Because he been dealing with the youth all the way up now. Then you go Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis will bring you the excitement and the recruitment. But, man, y'all just got to come together down there, man. And stop. Just stop it, man.
I appreciate it, boss, man. Appreciate you calling in.
All right, man. Much love down there.
Much love, man. Yeah, y'all said enough, man. Y'all get it. Y'all understand like stuff like that. We just gotta grin and bear. What's going on? What's on your mind?
Hello.
What's going on? You on with Jeff?
How you doing, Jeff?
I'm listening. I'm doing good. What's on your mind?
Well, I just want to talk about the Deion situation. I am kind of upset that Deion did leave, but I'm not really mad because I realize, like, when the white man got the money, you gonna run to it.
You don't always have to, though. You don't always have to, but I understand. Any other points?
Yes. One more. The coaching staff that I feel like Jackson State need. They need between Ray Lewis and Michael Vick. Nobody else can really understand and really know how to go at the power structure like them two will.
I understand, man. Appreciate you calling in. Ooh, Lord, that man, his computer, something was loud in the background. Man, I couldn't. What's going on? What's on your mind? Oh, I got a Jackson State call. I got to call it. Answer that next. What's going on? What's on your mind?
What was on with you, Jeff, baby?
What's going on, boss man?
No, nothing much. Well, I think the obvious answer, of course, is the brother T.C. Taylor, because of he's familiar with the pedigree and the culture that they built down there in Jackson, him being a JSU alum, former NFL vet and all that stuff. But outside of that, if you go outside of T.C. Taylor, you have to go the complete opposite. I'm going to say a dude who just came out of some hot water in the Pac-12, the brother Herman Edwards.
Why? Quick pitch on Herm Edwards. Quick pitch. Why Herm Edwards?
NFL pedigree. He's not as flashy as Deion, but he's the polar opposite. He has the NFL pedigree. I think he can bring in some of those other connections as well that Deion had at Jackson. You know, when he was up at Arizona State,
Yeah, Antonio Daniels, a couple other NFL guys on his
recruit
staff.
some good. Yeah, you're right, and he recruited pretty well. Jaden
And he
Daniels
recruited
came
a hell
out
of
and
a
played.
player.
I agree,
He
but he didn't
recruited a
have
hell
that
of a
great
player
success.
from
It's going
that
to be hard to
region.
sell that, though. It's going to be hard to sell with the lack of success. I will say that. But I appreciate the call, man. Appreciate you calling in. Now, this next caller, I'm going to just warn y'all. He might be on here on some. I know who this is, by the way. So I'm just warning y'all. What's going on, man? You're on with Jeff.
Yo, what's up, Jeff?
What's going on, man? What's happening, dog?
Man, I got something to say, man.
Man, come on, man. What do you got to say, man?
Shit, I feel like Deion did the right thing. I mean, think about it. Yeah, think about it, though. Look, he left. He said it wasn't about the bag, which, I mean, I think he was telling the truth a little bit, but about 40% probably was, the reason why he, went ahead and left. But the same people that's mad, the same people that's upset are the same people that'll leave their job for, $1, $2 raise. So in my mind, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's really the difference? I ain't mad at them, man. Get your money, black man. That's how I'm feeling.
I told you I know who that was, so I knew. What's going on? You're on with Jeff. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what happened. We lost some callers. We got last couple calls that we get out of here. What's going on? You on with Jeff?
Oh, what's going on, man?
What's going on?
That's my first time calling. I was watching your YouTube. You know who the best coach is. Hey, what's going to end up happening? What's going to end up happening is Deion's going to be there. It doesn't matter if Marshall Faulk comes there or Ray Lewis comes next. Every 3 to 4 years is going to be a new superstar black coach. That's how it's looking.
What makes you say that?
Well, because do the math. I mean, if you think about it, Marshall Faulk. I mean, you said I heard on YouTube. You said Marshall Faulk. Okay, but even if they hire Marshall Faulk's going to be there for like 3 or 4 years. He's going to bounce too. Ray Lewis, Cam Newton, all of them. This is our elevation. You don't see it?
Possibly. I mean, but that's the thing. It just depends on the person. I mean, everybody doesn't want to be a Power 5 head coach. We all know Deion Sanders wanted to be a big, a Power 5 head coach. And I'm answering, but we got to get some of the other calls, but I appreciate you calling in. But we all know Deion Sanders wanted to be at the Power 5. Now, some people thought that he might be able to take JSU or the SWAC or whatever to the FBS. But we all knew eventually that's what he wanted to get to. And I'm going to have to take this number off again because y'all came in. And be sure everybody's in the chat room, hit the thumbs up button, and then we're going to get it. We got to get out of here, man. It's getting kind of late. I don't like these long shows. But let me answer some of these from Jackson. What's going on? You on with Jeff?
Yes, my name is Marvin Latham. I'm straight from Jackson, Mississippi, West Jackson all day.
What's going on, West Jackson? What's on with you, Marvin?
Not much, man. I think they should I think the next head coach should go down Lynch Street, right over there on Robinson Road where Provine High School is. Tommy Kelly is over there helping their his high school football team, the same high school Fred Smoot went to. You take them and the head coach, Mr. Williams, he graduated from that 07 SWAC team at JSU. So that'll be a good fit. That way you won't have to worry about nobody leaving because that's that's homegrown, and that's inside the home. So you don't have to worry about the grassroots going nowhere. Also, another point is Otis Ridley should have been the offensive. He should have been he's a linebacker. Coach Collins just got sworn into the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame. That was his head coach. Coach Collins blocked for Walter Payton back in the day. So if you put TC in there, you make Ridley the lineman coach, because number one problem that Jack State had was they didn't have no offensive lineman. You had the offensive lineman coach being the recruiter. And I'm going to land my plane, bro.
I appreciate you calling in, man. Appreciate it. Interesting take from someone down in Jackson. Very, very interesting. Let me see if I can get someone else in here from Jackson. Let's see what it says. What's going on? You're on with Jeff. Hello. Hello.
What up, man? This Quay.
What's going on, Quay? What's on your mind?
Oh, man, I'm going to tell you the truth. And Jason, man, I feel like he really left because, we got people breaking in cars. Student just died on campus. So he was feeling that safe. You know what I'm saying? So that's another part of the reason I feel like he's there. Like, it's so many crimes. Like, man, it was so crazy, man. Like, that's just how I feel.
I understand, man. Appreciate you calling in. Let me address the crime thing really quick. And I didn't think I thought we was done with this, but I thought we was talking about coaches. Crime happens everywhere. There is literally crime every single place in the country. Let's talk about the person that was found deceased on campus. I was on the campus the day they found the body. Nobody was worried. When the police found the body, it was early in the morning. It had nothing to do with what was going on campus. They were walking around. There was no lockdown. There was no security threat. They told you, there's like, yeah, we found a deceased body, but there's no active threat. And then they found the dude or a suspect or whatever within a few hours. I was there. I wouldn't lie to you. I'm telling you what I know. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm not telling you what somebody was saying. I'm telling you what I know. And then Deion himself didn't live in the heart of Jackson. If you just said the crime drove him away, Deion didn't live in the heart of Jackson. Deion, from what I understand, and this is what I understand, lived in a place that was about 20 miles out. He lived 20 miles away from campus. He lived outside of Jackson. I'm telling you what I know. So the body, like people will say that, yeah, it's easy to say, well, they found a body on campus. It wasn't on campus. It was in a car near the campus. Now, unfortunately, someone did have to bury their son because it was a young man. He was 22 years old. But I was on the campus the day they found the body. Everybody was okay. It was a freaking it's how I know I was there. It was high school day. There was high school students running all around Jackson State that day. So the whole thing, people are scared. They breaking cars everywhere. They breaking homes everywhere. There's crime everywhere. So the whole thing, crime drew Deion away. That's cap. It's cap. Okay, I'm done. I'm off my soapbox. There was a person from Jackson. They hung up. I'm sorry. I didn't get to you. I got a few more calls, and then I got to get out of here. What's going on? What's on your mind? Hello.
This is my comment.
Yes.
Yes, I'm here. I think Jackson State needs to hire from inside. Don't bring no more celebrities to distract the people. Don't sell any more false hopes. Because Coach Taylor's a good coach. He's SWAC. Coach Flea, he's SWAC. Coach Neely. I think there are some good coaches. Give them the opportunity.
Hey, I appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much. Neely's not a coach, by the way. Neely is a guy like me. He talks on camera and he records a lot of stuff. He ain't nobody coach. So yeah, it is what it is. What's going on? You're on with Jeff. Yeah, who is Coach Neely?
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on? What's going on? What's on your mind?
Hey, what's up? Okay, I just want to say this about Deion is trying to transform men out of college. But my choice, I got one choice. And here's the thing, and nobody talks about this, is Cadillac Williams, who's the coach at Auburn, who's interim coach at Auburn. But he can transform people. He can make a difference with kids, with the young men at Jackson State.
I appreciate you calling in, man. Thanks. Appreciate you.
All right. Thank you.
Cadillac Williams took the associate head coaching job at Auburn. He's not leaving that for Jackson State. It's not happening. What's going on? What's on your mind? You're on with Jeff.
Yes, my name's Dame. Yeah.
What's going on, James? What's on your mind?
Damien,
Oh,
like
Dame.
Dame.
What's going on, Dame? What's going on, Dame? My bad. I'm sorry.
I want to talk about the coaches, but I just want to say a couple things to the caller that said about the crime. I think y'all. I think you need to run. Hey Jeff, I think you need to run the speech Prime gave when he first got introduced at Jackson State. When he was crying, talking about my people, and when he told people that he was gonna help get the crime down. Now back to the coach thing. The coach thing is this. I wish A.D. Robinson would hire somebody already. So if he hire, I'm telling you, hey Jeff, if he hires somebody right now, he could pull a couple of them 11 players that's going to Colorado because I think the whole gist of it was the pull was playing at Jackson State, making history, and I think if he hired a coach right now, that coach could get a couple of them players to change their mind, man. And that coach could get that coach, because right now, even though you know how you always have two sides of every story, right?
Yeah.
Like you notice how like Skip Bayless do with LeBron James.
Yeah.
How Skip Bayless always goes against LeBron James.
Absolutely.
Right now, if he hire a coach right now, he can have a coach, and a lot of players won't rebut against what Prime doing and come to Jackson State. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. You need to hire a coach already. That way he can compete right now. Like while Prime telling players to come to Colorado, dudes will be like, look, man, you came to Jackson State to make history. That history ain't gonna get made in Colorado.
You right about that? You damn right about that. Hey, man, I appreciate you calling in, boss man.
I definitely think he should hire somebody right now, Jeff.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you have to hire somebody soon. And someone said supposedly early in the chat, if you didn't know, but first of all, everybody's in the chat. Thank you all for joining. This might be the biggest live stream I think I've ever had, by the way. So shout out to you guys. And since it's the most people right now, I have an announcement that'll be coming out this week. And it's all because of you all. So give yourself a digital round of applause, because I have a big announcement that's coming out later this week, I want to say, if not early next week. And it's all because of you all. And also, if you could, by the way, Chance, thank you for the support. Just hit that simple thumbs up button for simple support. That's the easy way to support. But we have a big announcement. I think you guys are going to like what I have to say either later this week or early next week. We just sign, seal, delivered today. Hit that thumbs up button. What's going on, man? You on with Jeff?
Yeah, what's going on, bro? You know what I mean? I feel for Jackson State and all that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I also feel like
I can hear a butt coming. I can hear it.
Nah, I just feel like it's bigger and deeper than anything. You know, we talk about black people, black coaches not getting these opportunities in the NFL and the Power Five, and you know, and I think Prime is trying to break that, man. You know what I mean? He's breaking that. You know, we can't be mad when
Is he though? Like, let's be honest.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see, but we can't be mad. We can't be mad when we don't get the opportunity, and then be mad when we do get the opportunity. It can't be both ways. You feel me?
But once again, it's not about. Okay, I appreciate the call, man. By the way, because I got one more last call, and then I'm gonna probably get out of here. But I appreciate you calling in, and I'm gonna address what you had to say. But I appreciate it. Nobody is mad that Prime got the opportunity. You heard the people. It's because of the language that he used when he was here. And I can guarantee you that Deion Sanders ain't changing a damn thing as far as opportunities for black men at the Power 5 level. Because guess what? If he goes to Colorado and starts losing, they're going to fire his black ass just like they fire every other black man, and he probably won't get another chance at a Power 5 job. That's just my thoughts. But I could be totally wrong. What's going on, man? You're on with Jeff. Hello.
Oh, I'm on?
Yes. Hey.
Oh, hi. I just been watching you, Brother Jeff. I really love your show. I love what God is doing for you. I am just so excited about the HBCUs. I'm sorry and disappointed with what Coach Prime did, but we got to let that go and move on.
Absolutely.
The state of Jackson should be excited, because there used to be an old saying that, you know, the counterfeiter comes first and then the original will come. So who's supposed to be the coach for Jackson State will come, and the best is yet to come for Tigers. So y'all stay encouraged, Tiger Nation.
Hey, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for the call. We needed that inspiration right there. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay, good. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Hey, that was a nice call. I like that a whole lot. I think it's the last call, and we'll probably get up out of here. What's going on? You're on with Jeff.
Hi, Jeff. This is JSU Tigers 06. How are you?
How are you?
I'm doing good. I have 2 points to make.
Yes.
Number one, to the caller that says that Jerry Rice should be our coach, you got to be kidding. He doesn't even do anything from Valley. And I'm from Greenwood, Mississippi, and I know that.
Okay.
So that's a no. The second point is I feel like Coach Prime left prematurely. He had the PWI schools exactly where he wanted them. If he would have stayed one more year, he probably would have been coaching in the SEC. That's what I believe. He had them exactly where he wanted them, as far as like, taking their recruits and everything. So I think he should have just toughed it out one more year, and he probably would have had his chance in the SEC, I believe. And that's all I have.
I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you. I appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much.
No problem. You're welcome.
Thank you. No, I agree. And I think if Prime goes up to Colorado and starts winning, he won't be there very long either. I mean, Prime's perfect job. Obviously, I mean, Florida State's an obvious answer, but they're not too happy what's going on with Billy Napier. If Billy Napier ain't got things right in a couple of years at Florida, I wouldn't be surprised we end up seeing Deion Sanders at Florida. So that would be interesting. So, but that looks like it's the end of the night. Like I said, an announcement from my channel because of you all. Give yourselves a digital round of applause. Give yourselves a digital round of applause because we have an announcement that is coming hopefully by the end of this week, if not early next week. I think I have my Celebration Bowl decision. We're going to do a Celebration Bowl show, and I'm going to talk about the decision. I'm actually about to hop into Spaces over on Twitter. HBCU Nightly is doing a Spaces right now talking about the Celebration Bowl, so JSU versus North Carolina Central. And let's not forget, there is a game, an actual football game, that is going to be played in Atlanta on December 17th between the SWAC champions, the 2022 SWAC champions, Jackson State University, and the 2022 MEAC co-champions, the MEAC co-champions in North Carolina Central. That'll take place at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, noon Eastern, on December 17th, that Saturday. If you're going to be at the game, let me know in the chat. Hopefully I get to see you just like I saw all the great people at Jackson. But at the end of the night, and thank you for this chat. Appreciate it. God of Blackness, thank you so much. Said the president's I don't know about that. I don't want to spread any rumors. But that looks like that is a wrap for our show tonight. Once again, my name is JeffLightsYJr. You are watching the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on JeffLightsYJr, YouTube, Facebook, and whatever you get your podcast. Be sure, please, to hit that thumbs up button, like, share, and subscribe on your way out. We had a really dope show. We had a lot of dope candidates, and I can't wait. So y'all telling me an announcement. I saw in the chat y'all seeing an announcements coming tomorrow. So hopefully we get an announcement tomorrow, and we will go live tomorrow to talk about the next head coach at Jackson State University. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Once again, hit that thumbs up button on your way out. I love you guys, and I will see you next time. Peace.